What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Best Bet Show. Listen, it's just me today. I got an old box here that's not with Austin because guess what? Austin was on an airplane today. He's traveling. Mr. Big Shot in Vegas. Austin, if you can hear me, listen, I'm jealous. Go have fun. But we're still going to talk about this game and run through it a little bit. I want to see if I could dabble presenting my screen and going over certain things. 1 second. Just want to make sure my tweet loaded. Let's let everyone swing by and ask some questions here. Let me see if my this thing goes through. But Chargers, Raiders, and listen, I could type my stuff underneath. I believe if I can pull it up here. If I could pull it up, can you guys see? Yeah, you guys can see. If I put the play up here, you guys can easily see. And I want to see if I can pull some stuff up. Listen, I get it. Impromptu episode. We're going to be a little sloppy. It is just be by myself. But I am going to talk about Daniel Carlson over 1.5 field goals while I get into the swing of some other things. Daniel Carlson is, listen, he owes us money. I don't know if you guys remember the last time we bet Daniel Carlson, but he had a blocked kick. A kick hit the uprights. I think it doinked on the crossbar. I forget if it was the post or the crossbar. Either way, it was brutal. Tonight, he's had 2+ attempts in 4 straight games. We're in a dome, a really low total. I want to know what you guys think on the over and the under. Personally, that under is so low, it's making me a little tempted to take the over. But also, I know what this game is probably going to be, especially with Josh Jacobs now out. We have a lot of issues and a lot of, I guess, injuries going crazy. Justin Herbert's out. Jimmy G should, we all thought this would be Justin Herbert, Jimmy G, an important game. That's just not what we're getting right now. You look at the standings though, and you look at exactly where these teams are in the standings, and you realize how important of a game this is. It is literally 5-8. They're both 5-8 in the AFC West. If a team loses, you could probably kiss the playoff hopes goodbye. 6-8, you're kind of still in the range, especially with the Broncos being 7-6, Steelers and Bengals both being 7-6, and the Colts and Texans all being 7-6. So you're still in the mix if they make the playoffs. I personally think the Raiders probably win this game. I do like Daniel Carlson over 1.5 field goals, so I'm playing that. I think this team is going to struggle in the red zone, especially if Devontae Adams is still dealing with a little sickness. Personally, this game's got field goals written all over it, and you got the low total anyway. So, and a 3-point spread. It's probably going to go back and forth field goals. One thing that we do want to talk about is probably my favorite wide receiver. It's Quentin Johnson. I bet and I want to see if this works here. If I could show this screen again, I'm kind of going on the fly here. His longest reception over his straight up receiving yards. Let's see. Can I present share screen? Here we go. Gosh, does this show up now? All right, so you guys can see this. I'm kind of off the screen. I'm gonna go a little this way. See if I can be here. You look at Quentin Johnson. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm probably far away, but you can see 3 catches on 4 targets for 91 yards. That longest reception, 57-yard bomb. Against the Patriots, 5 catches, 52 yards, 27-yard bomb. Again, he doesn't get his receiving yards or the longest. Right here, though, against the Packers, 17-yard catch, doesn't cover his receiving yard line, which is, people are going to say, oh, no Keenan Allen. This may be a little different. But to me, Josh Palmer's back could take up a lot of those other receptions, and Quentin Johnson can still be a deep ball threat, which is how I see this game going. Detroit, 4 catches, 34 yards. Again, he also hit his longest reception. Against the Jets, doesn't hit it, not even close. Still a 10-yard catch, which also doesn't cut it, but still 15-18. Again, a 20 and a 20. He did not go over his receiving yards line, but he did go over his longest reception. And same with, again, against Las Vegas all that time ago. This is back when he wasn't getting as much of a target share. It wasn't as much injuries, but 1 catch, 18 yards. That'll cover the longest reception. And I absolutely love it. Chase, What is this? Quentin Johnson. Yeah, I mean, listen, everyone wants to make jokes. Everyone says Jalen Brown doesn't have a left hand. At the end of the day, let the media control the narratives. We'll still collect our money. It is what it is. Um, Hope you're doing well, Chase. It's been a long time. But I do want to talk about one thing real quick as well. If you don't have any questions, I'm just going to run through this real quick. We're playing Quentin Johnson over longest reception, over Daniel Carlson, 1.5 field goals. I don't know what I like in this game, but I'm leaning the Raiders -3. I think the Raiders get it done. I do want to talk about this right here. I'm going to present the screen. Here it is. The Fantasy 5 screen. And the reason why I want to show this, it's a great new free tournament where you basically pick 5 guys to go over their fantasy points line. And if you get all 5, you win the share of $5,000. So basically if 20 other people do it, you're going to split the 5 grand with those other 20 guys. But if you're the sole winner, you're going to take home $5,000. I don't know the tax purposes or what they take out, whatever. But it is a great new free tournament that I always loved. And I know people can always just take this. I think it's once a week on Fridays or Saturdays, depending on the NBA slate. There's not a football one, but I'm trying to see right here if I could just put the link in here. FlashPicks.bet/fantasy5. I'm going to put it in the comments. FlashPicks.bet/fantasy5. That's it right there. I'll put it underneath the video later. But again, you pick who you think is going to go over their fantasy points target. It's everything. It has the grading scale. It has the rules right here. Look, 3-point field goals, 3 points, 2 points is 2 points, free throws 1, rebounds 1.2, and assists are 1.5. So we can go through and you can just look to get started. Again, use flashpicks.bet/fantasy5 to look at it. You can make your lineup Rudy Gobert at center, Dinwiddie, whatever you want to do. The fantasy number is going to be a little inflated because it's obviously supposed to be hard to do, but there's definitely some guys you can get at good fantasy numbers. And honestly, the big market names are probably not the way to go. I'd probably target it at some smaller guys. I wouldn't say Joe Ingles, but like a Franz Wagner, Keldon Johnson, Herb Jones, those kind of guys. That's the best way to do it for me. I already put it in there. I'm going to stop doing it now. But as far as this game goes, we did do our collab lotto today on Caesars, which I think it has the Daniel Carlson field goals and it doesn't have Quentin Johnson, but you could play any quarterback receiving yards. I love Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler receiving yards still at 29.5 is very odd to me. You think it's going to be a dump off game? What we saw the Broncos do is that they made Easton Stick. They made him fumble twice. They got to him a lot. They disguised a lot of edge rushers, they kind of disguised different blitz packages. I think the Raiders do the same to him. And that's it's going to be tough. Like you think he's all the time in the film room this week is going to be for him to protect the ball. It don't take as long in the pocket. You have to decide to scramble or get rid of the ball quicker. And to me, that means Austin Eckler is going to have a field day. Everyone's on it. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. But I personally love it. I think Austin Eckler is going to get a ton of looks. Everyone's going to tell you that as well. I still think 29.5 is a good number. It was like 26, 27.5 pre-Keenan Allen injury when I was looking at it. And I think it deserves a lot more because his receptions went a whole reception higher. So Austin Eckler, Quentin Johnson, Daniel Carlson. Those are the 3 plays I love today. I do like the both quarterbacks over passing attempts and maybe over passing yards. I think this game has a lot of air yards. I think this game is a little more offensive minded than we think. And I'm honestly excited to watch the game. Everyone's saying it's a bad Thursday night football game. I like it. I think 2 5-8 teams that need to win. This is basically saying whoever wins this is still in playoff contention. One's not. I'm going to watch it. We all know you're watching it. I'm sorry that we had to do this last second video. We had a little schedule conflict, but I wanted to still get something out for you guys. We will be back on Sunday with the regularly scheduled programming. trying to find a guest as well. And then Monday, me, Austin, and Alex will also be back in the mix. So appreciate you guys coming through and listening. But that's gonna be all for me. Actually, let's do a first touchdown scorer and we'll move on with it. It's only me. So let's try to figure this out. Again, it has to be a plus 1,000, which honestly everyone probably is gonna be plus 1,000 besides Austin Eckler. I'm gonna say probably gonna pick a Raiders player for being honest. Probably can't do Devontae Adams. Let's see here. TDs, rushing TDs, Josh Jacobs. Can't do that. You know what? Let's do. I think it's gonna be a good game for sure. Yeah, the rule of thumb though on our show is that it's got to be over plus 1,000. I don't think Devontae is gonna be. No, he's not. I'm gonna take Jacoby Myers at plus 1,300 on MGM. And if let's see, Jacoby Myers, yeah, it's 1,300 on MGM. That's what it is. That's my. I think the Raiders score first. I think the Chargers take a little bit. Jacoby Myers plus 1,300 on MGM. Enjoy the game, guys. Best of luck on your bets. I hope we sweep and let's cash this first touchdown score. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.